Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, let's just get straight into it here. As you can see from the thumbnail title, I believe that the FA Cup is the trophy this season that Man City should go for, attempt to win. I don't believe it's good enough for the Premier League or Champions League. We're too far behind in the Premier League as well. So, the FA Cup against Salford, first game. How can we win this whilst also rotating for the Premier League? Because even if we're not good enough to win the Premier League, there are weaknesses within Chelsea, Arsenal, and what is the name, Newcastle, above us in the Premier League table. Which means we could go into that top 4 bracket, realistically. So we're still aiming for top 4. Top 4, we're getting signings in as well. How can we rest here? None of the signings that we are making right now will be ready to play this game. With one exception, Claudio Echeverri may be available. Whether he debuts or not, I don't know. I don't know what his availability is like. I don't know how fit he is. I don't know if he's gonna start, come on as a substitute. I don't know where or how good he plays. So what happens with Echeverri? I don't know. But do keep in mind, he is, because he came back from loan, he is probably the one player from our January transfer window that may have a game. So this lineup, I know it's a bit of an iffy lineup, but you're gonna have to hear me out here. With all due respect, Salford City is not a very good team. As I said earlier, we have to worry about top 4 in the Premier League. So when I'm putting out this lineup, I am thinking, and by the way, Gvardiol and Ake, they may be definitely a position that's not really important. But what I'm thinking is, you just try to have a good game here. You just try to have a controlling game. So Salford City, are they gonna counter us? They're going to try. Are they gonna attack? Are they gonna attack directly? How are they gonna play? Are they gonna control the ball? I think they're just gonna try to counter. And what we have to be ready for is to just control the game. If you look at the players here that I have in midfield, and sure, you can change some of these players around in it. If you look at these players in midfield, this is a very controlling midfield, I think. Sure, you can have, let's say, Grealish in this midfield instead. Where is Grealish? You could have Grealish or O'Reilly, but whatever the case, I think the point of the game is control. Control. We can do that against Salford, I believe. Our better players can come off the bench if we're looking for a goal, because we're not very creative in this lineup. We're not very creative. But I do believe that we should be able to find a goal somewhere against Salford, even with a less creative lineup. Now, if this is how Pep is gonna play, I have no idea. I don't know what Pep is thinking. Clearly, there's a lot of new players coming in. Maybe Pep Guardiola is in the state of mind of, let's run the players a bit now. Let's give them a few games in a row here. They can get a bit tired when bringing in new players. The new players will play. The starting 11 will rest. Then the starting 11 can come back into it, and then you can rotate, right? Maybe that is the thought process. If that is the case, and we go full strength, we're probably gonna play like this. No Grealish, I think. Gundogan probably not. So I think something like this. If we're going to go full strength here with Rico Lewis. Where is Rico Lewis? Here he is. And then Savio, left wing. This is what we'll look like if we're going full strength. Maybe we'll rotate some positions and not others. How fit is Matheus Nunes? How fit is John Stones, Ruben Diaz? Depending on how fit these players are here, they might start or come off the bench. Nunes can maybe give some rest to Gvardiol. He much needs some rest, this guy. I'm pretty sure he has played every game this season. So, not started every game, but played every game. So he definitely could use some rest. So if it's going full strength, I mean, I just don't think we're going full strength. I think at least 2 or 3 players will be rested. So we're not going to see this. This is not what we're going to see, I think. At least 2 or 3 players will be rested, I believe. Who those players would be, I don't know. And again, if we're going to try to rotate completely, the lineup I showed earlier is probably a realistic option for a controlling game. I'm not honestly sure what I prefer. On one side, I am thinking, we are Man City. Our backup team should be able to beat Salford City. On the other hand, I'm like, well, our first team is barely getting wins. So maybe it's a bit arrogant for me to say, yeah, our backup team should be winning these games. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, what do you guys think? I think we should win this. Like, just blatantly. My score prediction, I'll go with a score prediction here of 3-0. I think we can control the game, lock it down. I mean, depending on what the lineup here is, we have a few different tactics, I suppose. If we're gonna go with this lineup, I mean, we're gonna have Savio just creating havoc down on the left. We're gonna have Foden do his usual thing, controlling game from the right, stepping in, trying to get shots off, trying to cut inside, his usual thing. We're gonna have De Bruyne trying to create from the middle, and then Silva and Kovacic trying to control the midfield a bit. So that's if we have a full strength lineup here. Obviously, with our defense just being as solid as can be. Maybe solid is the wrong word, but you get the point, right? At least try to be a bit solid. And if we're gonna play a rested lineup, like something like this, let's say Doku here on the left, then we're probably gonna see, who do we put on the right here? I'm not sure. I think we can go Bernardo Silva on the right, and then Grealish in midfield, or we can go Rico Lewis in midfield, and then Walker, GSP. I mean, this don't really matter that much, but the tactics stay the same, isn't it? Walker is not going to push up super high here. Gvardiol is. Gvardiol is going to push up very high, try to help Doku with crossing balls in and stuff. And then Doku can try to cut inside here, have his shots, or try to set up balls to the near post like he does very often. Maybe Foden can actually run onto a ball on the near post. Or maybe we're going to be more like this, which would be very dead in midfield. I guess this could happen as well, or O'Reilly in that 10, or McAtee. Both of them can play in a 10 role. Then you're going to have tap-ins by the far post, assuming you have your runner. But this is a very rotated squad. So here you've got problems on the far post, like always. So this squad is very rotated. Like the question is here. I suppose this is the question, and I can't answer that. You guys try to give me your answers, but in honest truth, only Pep knows. Here is the question. How good is our B team? How good are we compared to a championship club? Because against Premier League clubs, our B team loses. Obviously. That's why we've failed to win so many games. But against a championship club, can we get a win over the line with a B team? With our better players coming off the bench. De Bruyne comes off the bench. Who else? Savio comes off the bench. We've got a few players coming off the bench in case we need a win. Kovacic can come off the bench in case we're winning 1-0 and it's a very difficult game. Try to lock that midfield down a bit more. Akanji. I mean, we've got players on the bench, right? So I think... I don't, guys, honestly, I don't know if it's arrogant for me to say this, but I think our B team, even though we've been bad, I know, I think our B team should win this game. Maybe not 3-0, but at least comfortably. At least have control over the game. I don't think we need to put all of our creative players on the pitch to win that game. I think Doku can do his best on the left. Maybe you can put Grealish on the left, have Doku on the right, if that is what you prefer. I think Doku is a bit more versatile on the right, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's better, because you can be versatile, innit? You can be versatile. But if there's one thing you do really well, and nobody can stop you from doing that one thing, then having that one thing is better than having 10 things you can do decently well, but people know how to stop you. So, he's more versatile down the right, I think, People don't really agree with me on that, but hey, it is what it is. Like and subscribe. Oh yeah, by the way, before I end this video here, if you don't think that Doku is better down the right, give me your opinion down below. Why you don't think that? Because I think his best games for Man City have come down the right. West Ham earlier this season, the away game, Fulham, Bournemouth, the game where he got all that GA. He played half of that game down the right, so I think his best games have come down the right wing for Man City. So tell me why or why not you think Doku is better down the left or the right. Just genuinely wanting to know opinions, because I don't really get why people think he's better on the left. I really don't get it. Anyhow, like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying here to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Very tall order, I am aware. But hey, make it happen. Make it happen. That would make me happy. I appreciate everyone who subscribes here. Go check out my watch-alongs if that's your thing. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.